Quad City Sports Talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy. The OG on the marquee, J-Bird. And the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We're not the Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We are your Quad City Sports Talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
It's a manic Monday here in the Hassle Castle. We are back, everybody. Hopefully you didn't miss us too much last week.
They had to have.
I know they
did. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
What a crazy week.
What? It was the fall frenzy for baseball. We'll get back and tell you the results of our predictions there. Very fun week for the NFL. We had 2 games postponed.
What a dumb week for us. All right, so the last time we were on the air was on Tuesday, and we were like, okay, well, you were golfing on Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We had Tyson on, I had Kyle in then, but I'm like, all right, I know the game is, I think, at 1. I need to talk with our OM and figure out exactly when the preview is going to start. And we'd even left on Monday a week ago where you're like, hey, let's just go an hour, half hour,
right,
whatever else. Well, 12:25 was the time, and I was like, listen, we got that. We got the Twins getting ready to piss the bed and everything else. Like, let's take Wednesday off.
Yeah.
So we took Wednesday off. All right. So because the cover started at 12:25, and I was like, yeah, we can do Facebook Live. I get it, but let's just watch.
Most people
baseball.
are going to be watching the baseball game.
Yeah. And then they have their game. Twins lose, and then the Cubs lose, and then we're like, okay. And then they announce on Wednesday, like at that time. Same time tomorrow, 1 o'clock, 12:25. We're like, listen, same thing. We're all cool in the gang, but let's just be smart about this. Let's call it a Thursday. We'll regroup on Friday. Well, about 11 o'clock, 10:30 in the morning, it's rained out. And lo and behold, afternoon game again.
Yeah.
And then, talk about raining on a parade on Thursday and Friday for our show. Then Friday came and the Cubs did not show up at all.
1 run in the entire 2 games.
So the Twins are out, the Cubs are out, the Cardinals are out, the Brewers are out. The Reds, I guess, are out. So
that really strong NL Central doesn't look so strong.
No, not at all. And the AL Central is out too. I mean, Twins, Indians, and Sox.
Yeah.
0-7, the Central divisions were.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's not a good performance at all.
No.
Not one bit. But that's where it is. We'll look at the divisional series. That's the best of 5. That's now they're going to the bubbles, which, again, something more we can talk about. I know on Tuesday, like I said, you were gone. That's when the first report came out about Tennessee and some possible COVID.
Right.
Right away, my first response was, no problem. That sucker's going to Monday night. This is where the NFL steps in and goes, maybe that doubleheader thing is a good idea. But then Tennessee, they keep doubling down on their COVID cases. And they're like, we're going to have to reschedule. The problem I have with this, T-Roy, when you give someone too much autonomous control like the commissioner has, I think, and without looking deep into their schedule, if I was the Steelers, I would be like, whoa. I play in a much tougher division. I don't want to change my week around, trade week 7 for a week 8 bye or whatever else. We've got our schedule. We've got our personnel ready for this. We've got our tapes. We've got our scouting. I like it the way it is. Just because Tennessee's in the AFC South a little bit weaker, I'm sure they're fine with moving things around. I wouldn't be. Again, I haven't looked too deep into their schedule,
right?
But the commissioner has all the control. This is the way it's going to go. We are what kind of times are we in? Are they unprecedented?
Unprecedented.
Okay. Yeah.
So week 7, they're moving it to week 7. Pittsburgh was supposed to be at Baltimore.
And they moved some type of bye. I could look it up. I will.
And Tennessee was on bye.
Yeah, they're moving that one. They're going to week 7 then.
So that Pittsburgh-Baltimore game then has to be moved to...
It's like a week, whatever else.
Next week?
I believe week 8, yeah.
Well, let me see where Baltimore is. Yeah, it gets moved to week 8 because they both had a bye week 8.
Yep.
So it gets moved. So then...
So now,
hold on. Baltimore then will get... They're buying what week?
Hey, Tennessee's no slouch, are they? So Pittsburgh's going to go.
Oh, so then I see what happens then.
Okay.
If that happens, if they don't see it, so then week 7, Baltimore gets their bye. So instead of Baltimore having to play at Philly and then coming back playing Pittsburgh at home, they got to go to Philly, take a bye, and then play Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. So it really affects the Steelers in that way.
Yes. But as I sit there and go, oh, man, my crazy conspiracy theories, that's got to go away. Guess what happens on Saturday?
Another team gets COVID.
One person gets COVID. And I would like to talk about this a little bit.
Cam?
Yes.
Cam?
Cam Newton, the quarterback of the New England Patriots, gets tested positive for COVID. Mm-hmm. The Monday night doubleheader is back in effect. Forget about that. I want to talk about Cam Newton for a second.
Okay.
Nobody else in the Patriots tested positive. Mm-hmm. I'm just talking about Saturday. I know the first thing you can say is, but on Sunday, he got a negative result. On Saturday, he had a positive. Friday or Saturday, whatever. Mm-hmm. Cam Newton came to the Patriots. He did not move his wife and family. He said, this is a business trip for me. I'm not bringing my family here. They're going to stay at home. This is all business. If I'm his wife and he comes down with coronavirus, how do you have it?
It's a false negative?
I'm talking just on Saturday. Just on Saturday. Cam Newton, nobody else gets it. His wife goes, and he came out in public and said, this is a business trip for me. So your business trip, basically, you're out. If you're not with a bunch of insurance salesmen, let's say you're traveling, you're pretty much doing your job, work from to whatever else. You're going to the hotel lobby or maybe the Texas Roadhouse that's next to it and going back to your hotel room, right? Business trip for him is whatever he's renting.
He got it at Roadhouse.
Hey, my first thing was someone else, the backup punter, better come up with the coronavirus real fast so he can say to his wife, Ted, right? I'm always hanging out with him. I've never told you about Ted. He's the one I'm always just grabbing a bite with. His wife and family doesn't live here too. Oh, come on. Good old Ted. Someone's fallen the sword. But instead, it comes back on Sunday, which is very rare. It's not as common as you think. A false positive comes out.
So is he going to start then?
Oh, yeah. So either no one fell on the sword for him, to be like, yeah, me and him get it because we hang out all the time. We're pals. Kind of like when Mickey Mantle roomed with Roger Maris. Yeah. Or he was like, hey, this is a bad test and it's going to save me $40 million in divorce fees, settlement or whatever. But and then they're just blaming it on the rapid result test. Either way, the NFL got their doubleheader on Monday. I'm happy about it. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying I think it's just really strange how the whole thing came about. Because Chip is a Patriots fan, my brother. First thing I said to him was, somebody better get it because his wife's going to ask what just happened. So, but I guess they dodged a bullet in so many words. So, but yeah, we've got that. Like I said, we got more baseball to look at. We got the divisional series. We've got the Sunday football games to go through. Iowa State, they won their football game against Oklahoma. First time beating them at home in 60 years. Good for them. Yeah. They looked good. Oklahoma looks not good. Even with that quarterback that they had was the number one quarterback coming out of high school. He's the one out of Las Vegas.
He's an odd-looking dude.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes sports will put you on the cover of things, and sometimes your face will get you on the cover of things, and sometimes a little bit from column A, a little bit from column B. He's not the one that's going to get there because of his good looks. He's going to get on the cover of magazines because of his athletics.
He's a weird-looking dude.
Yeah. But
he looked like a villain from some 80s movie.
Interesting.
I don't know.
But, yeah, sometimes it just happens that way. But good for Iowa State. That was a big win for them. That was on prime time. I got to watch them. Had a long weekend with softball. Since you've been gone, since we haven't seen each other, Beef scored his first touchdown in flag football.
Yeah.
He got in there. So I'm
just like his dad.
I don't know about that. He got in there. He was really excited. And then
must be a superior coaching that he's getting.
Yeah, it is a superior coaching. Yeah.
Doesn't he have a really good coach?
He does. Yeah.
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 That coach doesn't get upset at all, though. He's a really level-headed coach.
Sometimes he gets upset at other. He doesn't get upset at the players. He gets upset at other coaches. But no, he did. Yeah, the coach was great. And then we had softball out in Eldridge all weekend. I mean, we were there from 7, and then we stuck around and watched things.
It's a long drive.
7, yeah, but I was there at like 7 in the morning. Left about. I went and grabbed lunch and came back, but there till about 6 on Saturday. Got there at 11. Was there till about 6 yesterday.
Yeah.
But they got the championship.
Well, there
proud
you
of
go.
them. Yeah, I was proud of them. Good time. I didn't do anything wrong. No coach's corner. Had a little bit of a conversation with an umpire before the game. That was about it. He was just a little bit frazzled about we weren't at the field on time. But my relationship didn't start off the best, but I mended it.
Look at you.
I mean,
You're a little politician sometimes.
Yeah, I'm growing as a coach. Now I just kind of go with the flow. I try not to get too riled up.
Did you send him a picture of a smiley face with sunglasses?
No, he doesn't get that.
No,
That's only for the special moments.
Only for your friends, huh?
Yeah, only for the special moments. So, but week 4, another crazy week as far as as far as basically the numbers go. The overs are still hitting something fierce, and it started off. If you go from week 1 to now week 4. The average over-under in Vegas was at 47. Yesterday, the average was 54. I think going into Sunday night's game, 12 out of the 14 games were over 54 points, or they average at 54 points, or they're over 50 points.
Easy to explain.
What's that?
Hometown crowd.
What do you mean?
Well, what I mean is, so you're the visiting team. And let's just say you're playing at Kansas City, one of the loudest stadiums normally.
Yep.
Okay, you're calling audibles at the line. Very hard to hear and do that sometimes when it's loud as all get out. Well, now they're piping in. I want to say,
it's
like
a certain
amount of decibel amount. And I don't want to say the wrong amount, but I think it was like 16 decibels or something like that, right? Which is not even close to, or whatever it is. I'm saying whatever it is, the amount isn't close to what it would be normally. So they're able to hear things. They're able to get things off. I could hear Phillip Rivers giving Roquan Smith the business. Like I could hear him. Hey, 58, hey, 58, and then they say Rivers is the cleanest trash talker. He doesn't. He never.
I don't
cusses.
like you. Hey, 58. I don't like you.
He doesn't use cuss words.
Yeah. No.
Let dagons and.
Yeah. There was. I did hear defenses saying that home team. It's hard. Like it's against someone like Aaron Rodgers. Having the home when you're in defense, a home crowd get up there and they're cheering for you. 1, it gets you pumped up. And 2, the hard counts for Aaron Rodgers aren't really as hard because the crowd is kind of, you don't hear like some of the things he's doing. Right. So the hard counts working out. But yes, let's see here. The favorites went 8-4 straight up yesterday on Sunday, but only 6-5-1 against the spread. There were 4 outright upsets. We'll get to the Cleveland-Dallas game. Arizona and Minnesota and Philadelphia. Those were the outright upsets. Road teams went 9-2-1 against the spread, which was big. And the over 6-4-2. So there were a lot of them up there above the 54 number, but the average is 54. 7 points is a big move in 3 weeks, though. But yeah, it was an odd type of week, and that's basically, if a week ago the books took a hit on, or 2 weeks ago and last week, on moneyline parlays and teasers and everything else, the numbers usually regress to the means. And this is the type of week that you're seeing road teams doing well. 9-2-1 against the spread, and 4 outright upsets. The teams that were favored, Dallas was favored by 4. Let's see, Minnesota, Philly. Philly was getting 8.
Did you have to say the word Dallas?
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about it because, we got to figure out.
Ridiculous.
I think that's just a matter of if I was Jerry Jones, I would blow that entire
Cardiac Cowboys.
Entire thing up. I would just blow it up.
I'd fire him today. You start with him. He's the one that brought in this defensive coordinator.
No. Your defensive coordinator first.
But the head coach brought him in.
That's what. Yeah, Nolan is the defensive coordinator. Yeah,
Fat Jason Garrett brought him in.
All right, we can do this quick.
I'm not even going to call him by his real name.
Either you
his new name is Fat Jason Garrett.
Your shield right now is your defensive coordinator. Fire the defensive coordinator. Okay. But since you said he brought him in, I'm telling you, Jerry Jones just.
It's ridiculous. I mean,
There's
it's
gotta be-
insane to me. I'm going to pull up the standings while we're on break and go through some stuff and look at it. It's just ridiculous.
What do you want to know?
All right. Points allowed by Dallas.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe
We'll
is
have to get-
147.
Yeah, well, I can. Yeah, we can pull that up in a second.
I want to know if the top 2 scoring teams even add up to that.
Oh, hold on a second.
Is there a team that's well? Green Bay hasn't played yet, so can Green Bay get to 147 on their own?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, in 3 games.
Well, I don't know. That's in 4 games. Dallas is allowed 147.
Okay.
If you pull it up,
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll pull it because
yeah,
it's
we'll
just,
pull it up
it's
on
acting
break.
goofy, all hell right now.
The internet doesn't work here. Oh, shit.
No.
See,
Yeah, I think I don't know what the answer is or who to turn to for coaches. I'm trying to think who's out there walking around.
anybody's better than this recycled crap.
Freddie Kitchens.
No, don't recycle. Find somebody new. And
Well, that's
fresh.
what I'm saying. You can't right now. We said this I think 2 weeks ago after Atlanta first blew, or even last week after Atlanta blew it. Right now,
Dallas should be
How
0-4.
how can you?
Like, listen, I can.
They should be 0-4, you're right.
I'll complain about week 1 all I want, but they lost the game. Okay, woulda, coulda, shoulda won that game. Okay,
Mhm.
shoulda lost to the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Lost to Seattle. Had every opportunity to win the game, but they lost,
Mm-hmm.
and they lost this week.
Well, McCarthy, we need to talk about
So
that.
basically,
Hold on.
they're one in a million of a squib kick away from being 0-4
So you just
with
said
the number 1 offense in the NFL.
yes, the first time in what
The
history?
man is throwing
4? Is it 4 now? 4? He threw
3
500
straight
yards,
games
but-
over 450 yards.
Yeah, it's
it
the
was
first time in
500
history.
yesterday. And then Amari Cooper decides not to run through his route on that last interception. By the way,
Okay,
you saw that, didn't you?
I'm gonna come back to you. I'm gonna come back to that in a second. Through 3 games, the Dallas Cowboys have allowed 146 points. The Green Bay Packers have forced 122. As of tonight, they will force as many points as
Probably
the defense.
close.
Yeah.
They scored 24 points.
Yes. But
Dallas is 146, 147.
146. Now they put up
Nah,
126 points,
Yeah.
but they needed to. They were behind in that game against. Now there's a turnover here there's an interception by Dak. There's a fumble by Ezekiel Elliott. But what we really
no,
need to
Dak got strip sacked.
okay, strip sack. But what we need to talk about really is I think roughly around 3 minutes and some change, Mike McCarthy goes for the onside. You just said 1 in a million against the Falcons that goes for, and he goes for an onside when you have a timeout and a 2-minute warning, and you just held them to. I think 3 and out 2 previous drives, maybe one first down. The Cleveland Browns, they're playing keep away type of ball, but they weren't getting anywhere. He goes for an onside with 3 minutes and some change left. In a 1 in a million, like you said, the probability is not there. And he goes for an onside. The man who took a year off and did the numbers. It was a bad call. That was the equivalent of me playing my son in Madden on Xbox, and it's his 3rd game playing. He's like, I'm going to now kick an onside. It was a dumb decision. 1 timeout in 2 minutes and 2-minute warning still going. And now you got Dak completely just going nuts like he should. And should have from the beginning, though.
Well, it boils down to this. They had the guy that was on the line blocking Myles Garrett.
Okay.
All right. They replaced him, his name was Steele, by the way, and they replaced him with Brandon Knight somewhere in the second quarter, and maybe into the second quarter. From there on, Myles Garrett they don't record another sack on Dak. Now,
Okay.
This is coaching.
Yes. Go on. Yeah.
You started the wrong guy. How do you not understand your talent level? Even when Looney got hurt, what I had heard from last week was this Tyler, I call him Badass, but it's Badize, right?
Uh-huh.
That he had earned the starting center job to go with. Now Looney gets hurt first play, out. Right? Looney shouldn't even have been in at center. You should have Badize at center, and then you could add Looney somewhere else. Maybe Looney should have been the guy starting on the end. I don't know if Looney's good enough to play there or not, but I'm not the head coach. But if I am the coach, and I do understand, and then you bring in this night guy, who also, when I'm reading through the things, I read through Dallas Cowboy blogs and whatnot, everybody was telling me that this night guy should have been starting from the go.
Mm-hmm.
How are you the coach and not play your best players to set them up for success? It's like me telling Mookie she's going to play first base, Jay.
Yeah.
She's 5'2".
Yeah.
No, honey, you're going to be a catcher.
Yeah.
You don't put the shortest person on the team at first base.
It's like
you set your people up where their strengths match.
mm-hmm.
As a manager of anything, okay?
Yeah.
If you have one good bartender and one that's okay, but when he's with somebody, he really shines. He's not necessarily a good happy hour bartender when it's busy. You need somebody with him, help him out, okay? An accompaniment, if you will.
Yes, absolutely. I'm getting
Let's just say Jay's a good singer, not so much a cappella. He needs a band to help cover up his lack of tone.
I like the analogy.
But you follow me. You're the head coach of You're the head coach of a GD football, NFL football. I don't care what you think. The number one football team in the NFL, value-wise. Period. That's undebatable.
No doubt about it.
If you don't like them, I don't care. I don't want to hear anybody. What do you think? It's the truth. So stick it.
No, it's honestly going to stick it. I mean,
the number one football team in the NFL. You're the coach of, and you can't figure out who to start. You're that dumb? You took a year off to do analytics, and you're still that damn dumb?
Yeah.
He might as well just go and start eating his own poop, because that's the only thing that he could do to be more stupid than what he's doing right now.
I will say this.
God, I hate this fat Jason Garrett.
I'm with you, and today earlier, before I saw you, like around 9 o'clock, I was getting mad at myself for actually caring this much about the Cowboys, and I feel like
I get mad at myself for caring.
Yeah,
this
but I'm like, all right, I drink the Kool-Aid, I listen to the Cowboys, I follow them, kind of with you.
I tell you all the
and then I'm like, this is terrible. Like right now, he needs to talk to Jerry Jones needs to talk to Oklahoma and be like, do you want to part ways right now? Lincoln Riley now is back-to-back losses in Oklahoma. Do you want to part ways right now? We'll take him.
No, screw that. We don't want him either. I already know who I want, Jay. I figured some things out this weekend when I was in Waterloo.
You want to tell me when we come back?
Oh, yeah.
Because I do want to talk about the Chicago Bears.
The next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys should be.
All right, why don't you read an ad for me? We'll take a break, and you tell me who the next one is, and we'll cover the rest of the NFL games. And yes, Eddie, we'll talk about the Minnesota Vikings as well.
Oh, Eddie, they won.
Yeah.
He's very happy.
He's on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment.
All right, everybody. We still have time to vote, I believe.
It ends at midnight tonight.
That's right.
Go to localsloveus.com. Vote for us as your favorite DJs. Go on.
Yeah, remember, we didn't have to, we're number one. Just remember that. That's right. Localsloveus.com is where you can go and do all of your voting. And remember, while you're there, just click on the Quad Cities and then start going around and looking at stuff that they have there. If you're interested in grabbing some lunch today, I don't know if you're getting your oil changed. Maybe you're getting your hair did, your nails done. I don't know what's going on out there, little Kim. You figure it out. Either way, that's Locals Love Us. That's my buddy Chopper, and they are definitely your guide to the best.
Hell yeah! I said, give me a hell yeah!
This is Turk Wendell, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us. We're local.
Which stage of life are you in?
I'm shopping for a new house and can't believe I'm a grown-up stage.
How on earth do people afford college stage?
Or
I never have to think about work again stage.
No matter which stage of life you're in, First Midwest Bank has the knowledge and experience to help you. Visit firstmidwest.com/everystage. You have plans, we have ideas. First Midwest Bank, momentum for life. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Max Kellerman Show.
Kendrick Perkins.
Max, you argued me down on First Take about how good of a player Chris Middleton was.
No, I didn't.
And I told you, yes, you did. And I told you that he wasn't that type of guy, right?
Just making stuff up now.
Play. Oh, I'm making stuff up.
I argued for Chris Middleton. No, I said Chris Middleton should be at best the third best player on a championship team. You need another dude who can go get his own shot and do it on a higher level than Middleton if you want to pair him with Giannis to win a championship. I never said anything different than that. I wasn't thinking the Bucks were going to win a title this year.
So did you have the Bucks coming out of the East?
Yep. I sure did. Shut up, Perk. Why are you bringing up old stuff?
The Max Kellerman Show. Weekdays at 2 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
The #1 men's testosterone clinic, Limitless Male Medical, is now open in Bettendorf. There's a long list of symptoms that signal low testosterone. What we hear most, I just don't feel right. Men over 30, get your testosterone checked. It's easy at Limitless Male and may be covered by insurance. If you have sleep problems, irritable, depressed, weight gain, no motivation, loss of muscle mass, these are signs of low testosterone, and we can help. Request your appointment online at limitlessmale.com.
Janae and Golick Jr.
Janae, through all of, Russell Wilson, we know he's a lot, from Mr. Unlimited to the weird video announcing his contract staying in Seattle, the bubble water, his bad dance moves behind Sierra's music videos. Through all of it, he's still winning. I would trust him and Tyler Lockett with my PIN number, with any amount of money that I needed in my life. These guys are the surest bet in pro sports right now, and it's nice. We always like to say give people flowers while they can still smell them. Russell Wilson has been this quarterback. This is not a new version of him as far as I'm concerned, but it's a new version of this team putting its offense in his hands. He's getting all of the conversation around him and his ability that he's richly deserved for a while. And so in the interest of giving people their flowers, I'm really happy to see this on a fundamental level for a guy who's been playing this kind of ball and been meeting this kind to his team.
Janae and Golick Jr. 3 to 6 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
We take you back to 1954.
I'm looking for a revolutionary sound.
Plug, 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 plug. Your toilet's plugged, plugged, plugged.
That's not it.
Well, since my baby left me, my party's been all plugged up.
Next.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name.
And away go troubles down the drain.
Roto-Rooter.
That's it.
Roto-Rooter has been locally owned for over 60 years and is the trusted expert. Call the original Roto-Rooter for free estimates and fast 24-hour service.
Roto-Rooter.
Racism, biases, inequality. They all exist in the Quad Cities.
But together, we can make lasting change.
Be part of the Quad Cities Equity Summit on October 15th and make good things happen for our region.
Join United Way and other Quad citizens for a virtual conversation to discuss meaningful and actionable ideas for a stronger, more equitable Quad Cities.
Register today for the October 15th Quad Cities Equity Summit at UnitedWayQC.org.
That's UnitedWayQC.org.
Hey, Quad Cities, it's Jaybird with Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Get your local sports talk 12 to 2 with me, T-Roy, Bomber, and Surge. Download the station app to listen to us anywhere. And like us on social media to join in the conversation. Plus, when you sign up to be an ESPN Insider, you'll get access to all of our great contests and everything that's going on at ESPN1170am.com. Brought to you by Necker's Jewelers, where the Quad Cities gets engaged. We are the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Download the ESPN 1170 app today. We are the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
All right, everybody, we're back. Doing our little ranting and rolling on a Monday afternoon after a exciting Sunday of NFL football. I know Eddie wants to talk about the win for the Vikings.
Well, let's take a look at some of the scores.
They did squeak that out, right? Didn't they? What did they win by?
Let's take a look at some of the scores right now. Carolina beat Arizona at home.
I called that.
Kyler Murray was 24 for 31, 133 yards, 3 touchdowns. The score was 31-21 Carolina. Teddy Two Gloves was 26 for 37. Indianapolis Colts went on the road and beat the Bears 19-11, and it really wasn't. It was all Indianapolis and all Indianapolis defense. Rivers was 16-29, 190 yards. Nick Foles 26 of 42, 249 yards, 1 touchdown. Cincinnati won at home. Joe Burrow threw for 300 yards.
First rookie to throw 3 straight 300-yard games.
Yeah, they won 33-25 at home over Jacksonville. As we were saying before the break, and we'll come back to, Dallas lost to Cleveland at home 49-38. Dak Prescott, 502 yards in the air, 4 touchdowns. New Orleans went on the road and beat Detroit 35-29, 4 touchdowns. New Orleans went on the road to beat Detroit 35-29. Detroit was leading that game as well. They've now lost.
Oh, Detroit.
Hold on. They were up by double digits. They've now lost. Hold on. They've now lost 6 straight games, while leading in with double digits, breaking their previous record. It was an NFL record, by the way, previously held by them, which was 5 games.
Sweet.
So Matt Patricia,
he's back.
Welcome to the hot seat.
Oh yeah, he's on the hot seat. All right.
Minnesota went down to Houston. Bill O'Brien, I did 31-23. I don't know if that's really a win. I mean, Bill O'Brien's not going to fire himself, but guess what? Him and Matt Patricia could hold hands on the hot seat and play musical chairs for all I care. But yeah, good for Minnesota. They needed that win.
They did need it, but man, did you think they were going to win that game? I
Minnesota?
know you picked them. You had them in the pick 6. I know that for a fact.
Yes,
because in our pick 6, we both did terrible. You were 1-4-1, and I was 3-2.
Yeah, but I don't know how many times I have to be on record telling you that I don't like Bill O'Brien as a head coach, and it's not like the offensive line is bad. Deshaun Watson is running for his life. Like they have to look at him as an investment, and we need to protect him and figure it out. Bill O'Brien's like, so I'm going to trade away your best offensive weapon, Deshaun. Anyway, Minnesota won 31-23. Seattle went down to Miami, the furthest point that NFL franchise in the Northwest went to the furthest point in the southeastern part in the NFL, and went down and won 31-23. Wilson threw for 306 yards, 2 touchdowns. Fitzpatrick did
rookie
not
receiver for Minnesota's looking really nice. That Justin Jefferson.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing that last week for Minnesota wasn't too good.
Dalvin Cook's looking really
solid.
Lost the
games, the Twins, but I just kept telling everyone, hey, your receiver looks good. Denver went to New York, and everybody does. New York Jets and won. Good for them, 37-28. Buffalo went into Vegas, won 30-23. Buffalo is now 13-0 when Allen runs for a touchdown and throws for one. He was 24-34, 288 yards, 2 touchdowns. The Rams beat the Giants at home in just a workmanlike fashion. Nothing big out of Goff. 200 yards in the air.
Did you see the fight afterwards?
No, I didn't. What happened?
Apparently, Jalen Ramsey and Golden Tate went after it.
Oh.
And Ramsey has kids with Golden Tate's sister.
Oh.
So this is...
Thanksgiving's going to get weird.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving dinner, but...
Very odd. Stuff is going on. Golden Tate was having none of it.
Uh-huh. I didn't know that. Take that to Twitter, guys.
Not sure what's happening.
Sunday Night Football, the Eagles beat San Francisco in a weird...
Terrible, by the way, Shanahan, I put the loss on him. Horrible decision on a couple things. First of all, leaving Mullins in as long as he did. Secondly, they had 2 timeouts. They were down less than a touchdown, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And he decided to try some sort of onside kickery where he should have just kicked the ball down the field and forced a touchback, which then would have left them time to do the 2-minute. It was all right around the 2-minute warning. But either way, he had an opportunity to run that thing a lot different than he did. And it ended up not working out so well for the 49ers because of that. But some pretty horrendous clock management by
Well, it was also interesting right away that Philadelphia went for the 2-point conversion when they scored the first touchdown, which kind of goes against the numbers. Tampa Bay beat the Chargers 38-31. Tom Brady becomes the oldest player with 5 passing touchdowns in a single game. The Warren Moon was the person before that at 40 years and 342 days. Tom Brady was the oldest player with 5 passing touchdowns in a single game, 43 years young in 62 days. And Baltimore beat Washington 31-17. Lamar Jackson reached 5,000 passing yards and 2,000 rushing yards in 35 games, breaking Michael Vick's record in 39 games. So good for him. Going back to what we said earlier, Russell Wilson threw 2 more touchdowns. It's 16 on the year. That ties Peyton Manning for the most through 4 games. Peyton Manning had that in 2013. And congratulations to Derek Carr. Somehow, he has the most touchdowns passing in Raiders history. Why would you ever think that Derek Carr is the all-time leader in Raiders history in passing touchdowns.
They got the snake.
Yep. He passed Kenny Stabler.
Plunkett.
Rich Gannon won an MVP.
Gannon.
Plunkett's there.
Oh, I mean, Plunkett and Stabler both won Super Bowls, if I'm correct. Yeah.
Yep. And Derek Carr.
Derek Carr is your new leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. And like I said to the Lions, 6 consecutive. I guess I was wrong about Cam Newton. Somebody did also test positive for the Patriots. It was their backup quarterback. Backup quarterback, not Stidham, Jordan Ta'amu. So there you go. It was basically like, hey, someone's falling on the sword. You know, I hang out with Jordan, honey.
Or maybe they were.
But I also heard it was a false positive. So anyway, that's going to be a doubleheader tonight. They've got. We'll take a look at that line actually a little bit later on. But Patriots and Chiefs are going to kick off tonight at 7:05, and the Falcons at Packers at 8:50. And I think
me and Eddie have a theory on Cam, but
what's that?
I'll tell you off air.
Okay, that's fine. I'd like to hear it off air. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. It'll be 6:05 our time. So, doubleheader is coming. You know, the conspiracy theorist who usually sits here left, Bomber, and the one that taught me that never let a good crisis go to waste.
Right.
This is it. This is the time when the NFL is going to go, hey, these Monday Night Football, we had Chiefs and Ravens, and ratings weren't as high as we thought they were going to be because they weren't. And they're going to go, this doubleheader. I don't have the numbers in front of you. I'm just telling you.
Because I thought that was going to be high.
I thought it was too. And
it wasn't.
Yeah, it just wasn't. So,
boy.
So what you said about the pick six, how did we do? How
did
I do?
Bird, crappy.
No.
Jay, you were 1-4-1. I was 3-2-1.
Yeah, I chalked that up to I sent that to you at 11:05 yesterday instead of having Friday prep for our show when we normally do it. So
really,
I take.
I mean, wasn't for that tie, I would have been 4-2, which is my weekly.
I chalked mine up to I just sent it to you. Here you go, take that. So, but yeah, tonight Kansas City hosting the Patriots. I honestly, out of everything that
Newton is going to start.
I cannot tell you for a fact because Easer A's or someone else on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread could probably tell us something, and we should have that. But I'm telling you that
well, let me look here. If it shows him not on IR in my fantasy little meow thing, then I'll tell you.
It's the Chiefs right now -10.5.
No, right? He's not playing.
Who? Cam isn't?
No.
So the false positive thing wasn't true on Sunday. I said that. I'm like, it's rarer than you think. People say that all the time. It's a false positive. I'm like, that is a very rare thing. It's not as common. People like to throw it out or anything. I actually like taking the points here on the road in Kansas City. I actually like the Patriots +10.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Not without Cam, I don't.
You don't know Jarrett Stidham like I know him.
I don't. Yeah, that Jarrett Stidham.
I'm telling you right now.
He is a character, that Jarrett Stidham.
He's not a character. He's a quarterback, and he's an NFL quarterback, and he's worthy of being an NFL quarterback.
He's worthy. Huh?
I'm taking the 10.5. All right, Falcons tonight at the Packers. Is Falcons getting 7 on the road? What do you have at all for this? What do you think tonight?
Falcons and...
Yeah, Falcons on the road at the Packers. Packers are -7. It's to give up the points. Rodgers is in an FU mode.
But the Falcons haven't been getting blown out.
Oh, Jump says on the Harrington's Pub Facebook, is Hoyer playing? If they're starting Hoyer over Jarrett Stidham, then I need to look at who's starting. You're completely right, Jump. I need to look at that.
Yeah.
No, if Hoyer is, then forget about it. It's Stidham era, and that's it, period. There's no way Hoyer should be starting over Jarrett Stidham.
Well,
I mean, he's a pretty good coach. I'll take his word for it, but... Belichick and all, but
I'll take Atlanta +7.5.
You think it's 7.5, or you think the line will move to 7.5? Because right now I got it at 7, but we'll have to.
You
look
got
at
it at 7.
That's what I have from printed this morning.
I think Green Bay wins. It's just Atlanta's just going to be that annoying little thing. They're going to be annoying.
You know what you're referring to. You're referring to that annoying little turd that won't get flushed down.
Yes,
that just keeps going around, keeps going and going. I don't. Yeah, I don't.
I don't know, but Green Bay definitely wins a game. We've got no doubt about it. If it's 7.5, I'll take Atlanta.
Okay,
but I'll take the hook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just worried. I'm worried about this. This is the only thing I'm worried about right now.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay's missing Lazard and Devontae Adams. And the Exxon Valdez guy is a dropper of passes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I like that name a lot better than trying to come up with
he's
Marcus Van Inscali and whatever
he's a
else.
catastrophe, so that's why I call him Exxon Valdez.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Erickson's going to have to agree with me. With those two receivers out.
Running back Jones, whatever.
Jones is great, but that's fine. But you have to have somebody else to throw to.
Wow.
We got something coming through on the T-Ray text thread. Look at that.
Is it probably more people talking? Want you to talk about the Vikings more? Skull.
He was making fun of it when the internet crashes.
Oh,
pictures of us.
Oh yeah. All right. So, let me talk to you about the Bears real quick. Why is it that it's so important that every week or beginning of the year or training camp or whatever else, or going forward, we have to name a starting quarterback? Why is it so important? Why can't you read the defense, and why can't Trubisky and or Foles go in there every other series or whatever else? Why is it important that going forward from here on out, like why is it important to name Trubisky as our starting quarterback and then pull him week 3, and now Nick Foles, who is now 0-5 since leading the Eagles as to a Super Bowl, 0-5 as a starter, that he's a starter now, and they have to say like, oh, he's still our starter going forward. Why can't you just
need to develop a rhythm between receivers and quarterbacks, Jay? That's what it boils down to. It's a timing thing. It's a rhythm. It's they're working together. They know each other. That is it, period.
If they're in training camp, both there's a quarterback battle. Aren't they both practicing the exact same way?
It doesn't necessarily mean that the second guy is throwing to the top receivers all the time. It's the reps with the certain receivers, and that's how it works.
My point is that I just
listen. I'm going to tell you right now. If you look at what happened in the Dallas game, for example, because this is the one thing that I saw and it just jumped out at me. If you're thinking that your receiver is going to end up running a route, and you're throwing the ball to a spot, which most of these guys are doing, the good ones are doing, and your guy stops short, and you end up throwing an interception because of it, it makes you not want to throw. You don't trust that guy, all right? Which Dak trusts Amari, but I don't. Amari wasn't even looking for the ball.
Okay.
Now, as I'm looking at the play, and I didn't get to see it from overhead, it looked to me like Dak didn't necessarily make a bad throw. It was a tight window, but he was throwing a lot of tight window passes yesterday. I thought CeeDee Lamb was open on the other quick slant right behind Amari. So I think he made the wrong read. There was an easier read with an easier pass, I should say. But at the same time, he is the starting quarterback. He has all these reps with these guys. I mean, look at all these receivers are doing very well.
But you're talking about the Cowboys. I'm talking about the Bears.
And that's what I'm getting at. But if you look at that as an example, Allen Robinson is the only one that's having anywhere of a good receiving season in Chicago, and that's strictly because of his talent to be able to go up and catch the ball on that touchdown catch, by the way. This isn't because of reps with the other two, with either one of the quarterbacks. I don't think Biscuit's accurate enough, and I don't know if Foles is really good when he's an Eagle, like you said. You have to have the reps, man. Period. And that's why you name a starting quarterback.
I understand it, but at this point, I mean, they're just neither one is.
I mean, name another receiver for the Bears besides a running back.
Well,
because Tariq Cohen's out.
Cotterell Patterson, that's it. But I don't know what. I mean, he's a punt returner, kick returner.
Yeah, Cotterell Patterson has been on more football teams than Doug Flutie.
No, I understand. He's a running back. Yeah, I don't know.
Tom Waddle. I'm talking about guys that are currently on the team.
Willie Gault. That's
what I'm getting at. You can't name another receiver for the Bears.
No.
And Cordero Patterson, I think he started his career with the Vikings. He went on to be with the New England Patriots. Couldn't make it there. I want to say he was a Seattle Seahawks.
I feel like you're trying to hint that maybe the Bears aren't good, and I don't appreciate it. They went against a very good defense in the Indianapolis Colts. That defense is number 1 in the league. Okay. I'm just saying Let's
put him against the worst defense in the NFL and see how they do.
Well,
that'd be Dallas.
Oh yeah. Hey, Foles, Trubisky, they'd be.
Yeah, let's see how they do against that defense.
They do fine.
If they look like crap against that defense,
they'd put up 30. They'd put up 30.
Then it's the truth.
They'd put up 30. Yeah.
They'd put up 30.
Yeah. But back to Dallas, because we said before the break, before we go to another one, and then we do Week 5 guess the lines, because we're gonna do that at the top of the hour. Who is? What is your thing about?
Well, all right. So this is the deal. All right. So this weekend, had a little get together.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of ours turned 50, Furno, and we had a party for him. So hanging out, went to go see my friend Ryan. Figured out that his mom just lives just down the street from my dad. After everybody got older and moved around and whatever, oh my God, your mom lives here and blah, blah, blah. So went down to see Ryan's mom. I hadn't seen her in nearly 30 years. So as we're talking, she was saying to our friend Shelly about some people that grew up around the corner from Shelly. They live down here, the Kleinmans. And I wasn't really thinking. Well,
gotcha.
It happens to be the parents of Kansas State
head coach
Chris Kleinman, who, for whatever reason in my brain, it just never clicked that. I know who that is, and he's from Waterloo.
Okay.
And Cordy Messingham is his offensive coordinator, who graduated from Waterloo West year before our freshman year. Who I think grew up really close to Eddie, by the way. So I think Eddie knows him pretty well. So just what I'm saying. So this is all I'm like, oh wow, it's kind of neat, And then I end up watching a little bit of that Kansas State game. And then, I got a little insight from his parents on things, coaching problems and dilemmas and things he's been dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that I think he had to sit 5 players that day for disciplinary reasons and they still won the game. And we're talking 5 starters.
Yeah.
I'm like, then, I start figuring out all the success he had at North Dakota State. It's going through my head pretty fast. Like, God, you're a real ding-dong, Troy.
For not putting
this all together a long time.
I don't know why we never talked about it.
Well, I don't know either.
When we're on break, you said who the coach in North Dakota State used to be now at Kansas State. I'm like, yeah, Chris Kleinman. You're like, where he's from? I'm like, yeah, Waterloo. And we've never had this conversation before.
No.
And I'm like, yeah, Waterloo. As I'm walking out the door, and you're like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, yeah, why have we never had this conversation before? Because I know he's from Waterloo.
Ed and I were freshmen when he was a senior at Columbus.
Yeah.
I remember watching him play basketball. He was a great athlete. Great athlete.
You're saying...
Went on to play at UNI.
Yep. So you're saying to Jerry Jones...
I'm saying to Jerry Jones, pull your head out of your butt
not
right
Lincoln
now.
Riley.
Fire Fatso and hire this Kleinman guy and let him come in and fix this program because this guy knows how to win football games.
Absolutely.
And he knows how to build an environment.
Because you know who's going to hire him if he doesn't? Jerry Jones doesn't? Oklahoma or Texas.
Yeah.
Because Tom Herman now has the most losses since his hire in 2017 against unranked opponents.
He came into Kansas State.
They're both of them on the outside looking in right now as coaches and for college programs.
He's building this program, by the way, and he's not even got close to having his own recruits there yet.
Yeah,
and he's winning games. Like I want to say they beat Texas Tech. They beat the Red Raiders on Saturday.
Okay, pretty sure.
I'm positive they won, and I'm almost positive it was Texas Tech. But I'm just like, quick math, and maybe I'm jumping a little too far ahead. But either way, I'll take the Waterloo guy coaching my Cowboys. Done.
That would be pretty good.
I'd be super excited. Then a Waterloo guy being my offensive coordinator, Waterloo West guy of all things.
Yeah, they beat Texas Tech 31-21.
See?
Yeah. They did lose week 1 to
I think we got to do that before Eddie gets him up for his Vikings because I don't want him being a Viking coach.
Well, Zimmer there too. We can talk all about that hot loser.
I know Eddie probably wants him to be a Vikings coach, which would probably the thing is the Vikings, their ownership would know his name and know a lot more about him.
100%.
At least should.
I mean, you got to be telling me. He's probably
they should know who he is.
He's probably toured the practice facilities 100 times. Just traveled over just to Yeah, they know who he is.
He's got players in the NFL. That's a fact. Players he's coached are in the NFL.
You know, a lot of times where we just recklessly speculate and it's all fun and do whatever else, and you imagine people like screaming at their radios, being like, "You guys are idiots," and a lot of times I laugh things off or whatever. But that's a really good idea, T-Roy. I do like him as a coach. He's had success everywhere he went. Lincoln Riley is actually on his way down. Tom Herman is on their way down of major Power 5 conference teams.
Right.
And right now this is Lincoln Riley's quarterback. He recruited him. That's not a transfer into Oklahoma where he's had transfers. This was his quarterback and the number one quarterback in the nation at the time when he came out of Las Vegas. Our friend Andy Ganatovich was the one that told us, like, hey, keep your eye on this kid when he was in high school. He actually saw him play.
So he is that good.
Yeah, he's like, this kid's legit. So,
Well, it doesn't mean that.
saying,
it doesn't mean that Riley's a bad coach. I mean, there could be some situations.
Doesn't mean he wouldn't be a great offensive coordinator in the NFL somewhere. But I'm just saying, get out of college right now. If you can get out of college right now with what's going on and the unforeseen, uncertain future of how things are going to go on, and I don't know, are they going to play? Yes, they're going to play, type of thing. And now we see what Tennessee happened and also New England. The Big Ten has zero room for anything.
Right.
Like the one team's out, they're going to throw a monkey wrench into everything. And I just don't see.
I guess when
Pac-12's full of it too. So
as we're looking at the NFL, and I brought this up, and I said, bring in someone that's brand new, that's never done it before. You look at it, the NFL is recycle city.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll point out another situation. Defensive, or what? I think the offensive coordinator for the Browns was Callahan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Former Raiders head coach, recycled. How many times is Wade Phillips going to be recycled? I'm just going down the list. Start naming them off. You can name off how many. Jason Garrett recycled back into New York.
Okay, you're completely right.
The Shanahan family, they get recycled every 5 seasons.
Yeah, I want to take, but Stefanski in Cleveland. I want to bring up something about Cleveland Browns. Okay. Who was the coach of Cleveland before Freddie Kitchens? Hugh.
Oh yeah, Hugh.
Stefanski has
friends with Coach France.
Stefanski now is now tied for as many wins combined that Freddie Kitchens and Hugh had in the 40 games previous for the Cleveland Browns. Stefanski has one more victory in October than the two of them combined when they were in Cleveland. It's week 1 of October, his first year, and Stefanski's new. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I do like that a lot. I do, and let him
get in some new blood. Get rid of these guys that that you think are all of a sudden taking a year off and they know better.
Well,
I wasn't excited about. You remember when this happened, right? When they hired Fat Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not calling him by his name ever again.
Sure,
his name's Fat Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, what do you think? I said, I'm not excited about it. I'm going to sit back and wait and see what happens. He's saying the right things in the press conference. Seemed like Jerry and Steven were all hyped up about this. This is a complete nightmare. I mean, a complete nightmare. To have the draft they did.
Yeah.
It was an insanely good draft.
They did.
The last 2 years, they've had a very good draft. And I understand guys like Van Der Esch are hurt. Listen, you when you drafted Van Der Esch, you knew that he had a history of his neck being hurt. So you make other moves. You have to shore up that defense. You have to have a coach that can coach that defense. I mean, it never looked that bad under Rod Marinelli.
No, but like I said,
and also that defense looked pretty darn good before. Rod Marinelli's assistant coach was the guy that they stole from Seattle. I'm losing his name. They should have kept him, or given him more of an opportunity. They had Marinelli is a recycler too, but he's a great recycle as a defensive coordinator. They don't need him recycled in the head coach world, but they had a defensive scheme that worked for what they were doing, and then they bring in Nolan. Do these guys fit Nolan's scheme? It seems not, because. They showed a stat. This is the most points the Dallas Cowboys have given up since their first season in 1960.
Oh, no. That's not good.
0-11-1 that year.
Oh. Kind of like what you're saying. Carolina Panthers now have a 2-game winning streak. Matt Rule came from Baylor.
Thank you.
He's doing well there. You see someone like Quinn. He's 0-3. Aaron's doing okay. He's a recycler, obviously.
Aaron's a recycler.
But just hold on.
Yeah, all right.
And,
but a mind that I mean, I think when he had his down years, it was all due to he needs to have a good quarterback for his system to work.
Yeah, and you also, as a coach, you have to come from a winning program. If you're an assistant, you have to come from a winning program that knows how to do things the right way. I mean, I'm sorry, Joe Judge at 0-4 at New York. Yeah, you got injuries, but you're not a good coach, period. I'm sorry, Vic Fangio. You're, I don't know, older than...
dirt.
Yeah, and you've been defense and you've been an assistant your entire life, and there's a reason for that. Now you're 1-3 in Denver. Bill O'Brien, I never had faith in you whatsoever, and as soon as they gave you the GM, I realized that Houston Texans don't know how to run an NFL franchise. Frank Wright, he was an assistant for years, but a successful assistant.
I like Frank Wright. That's a very good.
Vrabel at Tennessee.
Love that.
An assistant from a successful program. Those type of things right there are what's going to, we say iron sharpens iron, but you come from something, you know how to run something successful. You come to standards that are high. Yeah. As an assistant coach, you're going to bring that to the next level. And, it's always good to bring fresh blood into something. And Dallas, for all the things Jerry Jones does, I'm surprised that I was surprised by the McCarthy move, and I'm not shocked at all it went this bad. We do have to take our last break of the hour because we're getting real close to the top of it. So we'll be right back at 1 o'clock, and we're going to start our Guest Alliance for Week 5.
All right, locally owned and operated in the Quad Cities since 1934, Tri-City Equipment is your source for restaurant equipment and value. They have very competitive prices and full service. They have all the equipment choices like kitchen cookware, refrigeration, utensils, tableware, chinaware, glassware, flatware, you name it. They have a 30-day guarantee on labor and 90 days on parts. If you're looking to cater an event or you just want to have something specific for your home chef, check out Tri-City Equipment online at tricityequipment.com or stop by their newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom with 1,600 items in stock. It's located at 527 West 4th Street, downtown Davenport. Remember, they do deliver to Quad Cities residents, and they match online pricing. Give them a call today, 563-322-5382. Once again, that's Tri-City Equipment, 527 West 4th Street in Davenport.
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Rachel Alger with St. Ambrose University, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Your business can have a website that looks great and gets found online. Find out why over 20,000 businesses have chosen Town Square Interactive for their website design.
This is Thad Shoemaker from Shoemaker Guitar Works in Davenport, Iowa. I chose Town Square Media because they're honest, easygoing, and with a quick email, they make the necessary changes I don't have the time to do.
Make sure your business gets noticed with Town Square Interactive. For more info, call 563-202-2230 or check out townsquarequadcities.com.
Meet Carla.
Hi there.
Carla's 4 daughters keep her pretty busy.
Oops.
Casey's new curbside pickup makes life easier for Carla. Pizza! And saves her an extra trip to the grocery store. Now, you can add grocery items like bread, drinks, and snacks to your online pizza order, and we'll bring them right to your car with curbside pickup. And for a limited time, get 2 large single-topping pizzas for just $8.99 each. Casey's, here for convenience, here for new curbside pickup, here for good. Available at select locations only.
During the holiday season, there's always that one person that's always very difficult to shop for on our list. Why not make things easy and shop at Premier Metal Art? They do custom engravings on items like tumblers, promotional items, and other custom gifts. They even do holiday decor and family namesakes. These multi-layered, full-color, powder-coated items are a must this holiday season. Customize your man cave. Purchase a gift for a sports fan, a first responder, or even a veteran. Order now by calling 563-345-9500 or online at qcpremier.com. Finish your holiday shopping today.
When you own a business, every precious second of your life is spent focusing on how to make it successful and profitable. You spend so much time worrying about making things right, the last thing you need to worry about is when things go wrong. That's where we come in.
Jorgensen Insurance, our worldwide resources allow us to give your business the most comprehensive and cost-effective commercial insurance plan anywhere. Online at jorgenseninsurance.com. Now, get back to work.
Drive around all day with the latest sports talk in your car on the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Janae and Golick Jr.
The NCAA is still in its old bag of tricks, and we've heard the president, Mark Emmert, say that a bubble is possible for some of the tournaments coming up, looking down the line to March Madness, and it's what makes more farcical the idea that the NCAA or any of the powers in the world of college athletics can look and tell us they're doing as much as they can for what we're about to see in college football. I was on the call for the first college football game this season as Central Arkansas and Austin Peay played, and while everyone involved did what they could, we know ultimately the powers in college sports are preventing the bubbling of athletes because they know what admitting that comes with. And so when they try and sell me that they're doing everything they can, I unfortunately can't believe it because they're already telling us and telling on themselves as they look forward toward the spring that the bubble might not only happen, but it is going to come with plenty of apparel you can buy, all in support of amateurism.
Janae and Golick Jr., 306 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
The biggest names in sports coming to your mornings.
Bill Belichick, the 6-time Super Bowl champion, is here.
Morning, Coach Bill B.
Great to hear your voice. Congratulations on the show here, and I know you're going to provide a lot of great insight for the fans and even the people in the league. Nobody knows what's going on more than you do.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Are you ready? Hey, think you could tell us what to do? Do you think you could tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down.
All right, everybody, you know those words and the time it is. It's time to play the game, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not there just yet. We're getting there, though. All right, so we're at week 5 of our Guess the Lines. We do it every Monday. Unless we don't have a Monday, then we do it on Tuesday. But it's the beginning of the week of our week. We always Guess the Lines. It's something we look forward to. This is our 3rd year on radio doing it, our 4th year podcast, and we've been doing it years before that. It's Guess the Lines, where we promise each other not to look at any lines coming up for the next week. And from there, we try to guess them, what we think Vegas is going to set them at, speculate why they put them at, and then see who wins the week. Over my right shoulder, T-Roy won week 2. I own week 3, 4, and 5.
No,
I'm up on the year so far.
You own week 1, 3, and 4.
Well, 1, 3, and 4. Sorry, did I say 5?
You said 3, 4, and 5.
Did I say 5 though?
You did say 5.
Maybe it's just because it's
trying to.
Maybe it's just one of those things.
Maybe it's not. Maybe you didn't win week 5.
Well,
we're about ready to find out, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to find out. I'm sure some lines are going to be a little wonky because what we're looking at is, COVID, whatnot. Get out of here, whatever else. I mean, get out.
Gotta love the vid. It's our favorite virus ever.
Yeah.
By the way, did you watch the season premiere of South Park?
Oh, no. Rat farts. I said I was going to tape that.
I got it taped.
I'll get it. I'm pretty sure I have Comedy Central on one of the streaming services. I will watch it. Is it an hour long?
It's called the Pandemic Special.
Okay.
And it feels like it's going to be continued. Like it's going to be this whole season is going to be pandemic fun.
Okay. I mentioned this before. I will watch it, but I mentioned this before, and I can't recall your answer. Do you have Apple TV?
No.
But you have like a smart TV that you can get an app. All right, I'll share you my password or whatever else. Please watch Ted Lasso.
All right.
Jason Sudeikis, football coach, goes over to England. It's 30-minute episodes. There's only 10 of them, so you can binge through it in 3 hours if you wanted to. If not, 2 nights, 3 nights. It made my Thursday nights, if I was up at like 11 o'clock, because they were released every Friday, or I watched Friday. Like, I loved having appointment television. I love this show so much. His one-liner, his sayings, everything else make me laugh. I'm going to rewatch the entire series again and probably like.
So it's just pretty funny stuff. The Sudeikis is pretty funny, dude.
Yeah, but it's not sophomoric American Pie humping an apple. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's good fun. I mean, there's swear words here and there. That's about it. But I mean, it's just good. Like,
have you tried watching The Boys yet? By the way,
I watched the first 3 episodes and I thought it was kind of weird, and I should go back and watch it though.
Getting better.
Just like I should watch The Watchmen on HBO. But I'm going to give you my password. Please, when you download, let me know. I think you'll love it. I can't say enough about this show that I'm seriously going to watch it again, all over again. Like, it's just, I've had a good time texting with Matt Bowie, friend of the show, who's watching it. And, just something as dumb as he does still understand how, a tie can be looked as like a win in soccer or whatever else. And he's just got things that make you think twice over. Like they were talking about a tie, and it's good as a win in soccer. And he's in Sudeikis. Ted Lasso says, he goes, tie. He said, if God wanted there to be ties, she wouldn't have invented numbers first things first, it's right because one number's greater than the other, and then he throws in the she. I just there's little things like that. Like I love it, and they'll pass right by it. It's not like there's a wait for a laugh track or anything like that. So everybody out there, if you have Apple TV, I highly recommend Ted Lasso. All right, so now what we were talking about, what we got into, this nice little tease, this intro that we do. Yeah. This is the sound.
They sound a lot alike.
Yeah, well,
they're both wrestling.
Well, they both involve Triple H, from the wrestler, All right, so week 5, guess the lines. And yes, some might be a little bit off here and there because, like we said, COVID. All right, Thursday night game. Boy, oh boy, Thursday night. Tampa Bay. Tampa Brady's coming into town to the Windy City. The second city, if you will. The two-headed monster quarterback tandem of Nick Foles and Mitch Trubisky taking on Tom Brady, who just threw 5 touchdown passes to 5 different receivers, I believe. Tampa Bay's coming into town. I do believe they're going to be favored.
Oh, yeah.
I bumped this up a little bit, thinking that the Vegas is going to think the betting public is going to look at the Bears' loss as that's what we knew them all along, and Tampa Bay looking like they might be the team to beat in the NFC South. So I have this number inflated in my head.
Okay.
I have it at Tampa Bay minus 7.5.
Well, we're going to start with the tie.
Okay.
Because I have it 7.5 as well.
Okay. Yeah.
I hate it when we're both so smart.
I know.
And by the way, is it 7.5 on the nose?
When we're looking from our friends from EliteSportsbook.com, which, by the way, great guys. I met with them on Tuesday again. I love them very much and everything they do for us. It's actually Tampa Bay minus 6. That is going in the teaser basket.
Yeah.
That is a teaser. I put it at 7.5 only because I thought they're trying to get public money over sharp money. I think 7 is the actual number it should be, to be honest with you. So I think maybe they're worried more about the sharp money coming in at 7. The Bears getting plus 7, sharp money coming in that way. But I thought it would be the other way. All right, so moving on to Sunday. Got an NFC South battle. Yep. Carolina Panthers at Atlanta. I'm sorry, at Atlanta. Atlanta's going to be on a short week. Carolina's won 2 in a row. Teddy Two Gloves coming into town. Hotlanta at the 50-yard line. Gonna get you in the Georgia Dome.
Dirty Bird kicks a tree.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the club of the back, the VIP.
I'm lucky enough because we don't have Bomber here to run the lines for us and let us know. I'm lucky enough to get a sneak peek and to tell you right now I've hit it on the head. I've got a star.
Well, what is it?
No, why don't you tell me?
I got Atlanta minus 2.
I got Atlanta minus 3.5.
And it's minus 3.5?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I can't believe they got Atlanta by that much. But, okay.
Atlanta should be a little bit...
I don't know.
To me, I'm like, you know what I did? I wrote 3, and I'm like, I can't do 3 every week with Atlanta. I said it's always going to be between 2.5, 3.5. Anytime I put an Atlanta line out there, plus or minus. So good job for Atlanta and Carolina, and nothing can be finer than to not watch this Carolina game.
That's definitely going in. That's definitely going into the.
That's definitely going to be.
Who cares?
I don't care. Yeah. All right.
Well, I'll have Calvin Ridley and probably DJ Moore going, so that's all I care about.
Buffalo Bills travel to Tennessee.
4-0 Buffalo Bills, Jay. Undefeated, if you will.
And the first time
leaders
of
the
since 92,
AFC
right?
East.
That's right. The Bills travel to Tennessee. And is this line not going to be up? Yeah, I didn't think it would be. I don't think they know if there's a game or anything, so we're going to have to just take a good old highlighter and be like, let's come back to that when we can.
What do you got, though?
I actually have Tennessee at just minus 3.
Well, it's going to be a tie then.
Yeah, I think that's
so
the right
we tied.
call.
Yeah,
I honestly, you can not play that game this week, or you could postpone it. That's exactly what the line should be at minus 3. Period. Point blank into the period. No one can argue me any other way. Buffalo shouldn't be favored. Tennessee should be favored. They're at home. That's it.
Yep.
Like that is a good old fashioned. That's more the missionary position, good old fashioned one than we've seen all week. All year.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun game to watch if they're all healthy. Really is. Excited about that. All right, the Vegas Raiders travel to take on the Kansas City Chiefs, who I'm gonna assume are still gonna be undefeated.
Yeah, Raiders, Kansas City. I don't know if I went as high as I should have. I think Vegas is going to play a keep away out of this. That's just in general. But I just went. I think I went too low, and I have not even peaked. I went Kansas City -7.
I got Kansas City -10.5.
Well, there it is. Yeah, you're going to get this, and I'm way off. This is Kansas City -12.5.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot in the NFL. And I know, I mean, if the Raiders are really that bad, the thing is, this number isn't good. That not in the AFC West, not in a divisional game, not a team that has seen them twice last year and time again. Look what the Chargers did with them. This is not a good number. Take the points in this. Mark my words. Take the points in this situation.
All right. Well, I had it at 10.5. I think that's probably a little bit more.
Yeah, I think 12.5 is a lot.
12.5 is too much.
Yeah. I take the points here. Because, again, going back to Chargers, Anthony Lynn's not that good of a coach. And the Chargers were... and
the Chargers have talent.
But I guess the Chiefs weren't really prepared for the rookie quarterback. And if you want to make
rookie
excuses
quarterback looked really good against Tampa Bay, too.
There's no way Tyrod Taylor should have that job. I don't care if it's Pierce Long. He'd just get Wally pipped. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that doctor did him a favor.
All right, Denver at New England. We don't know what we're going to get at New England. There's probably going to be another one that I'm not going to be able to find. That's going to make me happy. And when I say that tongue-in-cheek. That doesn't make me happy not to have this line. You know what? And when we take the break between these games,
look up on
we'll look it up. Yeah, because this is another one that's not going to be there. But I have New England at -8.5.
I got a -12.
That's fair, considering who Denver's throwing out there. Ripon, right?
Yeah.
I tell you what, New England should be -14 if the Jarrett Stidham era would start. But if they're going to do this craziness with Hoyer, then yeah.
Well, I'm assuming Cam will be back next week.
Not if Jarrett Stidham comes in tonight and lights up the world like I know he's going to.
Boy.
Beats the Chiefs. And Kansas City.
That'll be...
I don't know why I'm serious. This blows my mind why they're not starting him over Hoyer.
I don't know.
This guy's got the goods.
How do you know?
Like, his story is, like, he was going to go to Texas Tech. Then he saw, when he was being recruited, he'd already verbally committed. Then he saw Patrick Mahomes. He's like, I'm never going to beat that guy out. Like, he's highly recruited everywhere he went. He was the number one quarterback coming out of Texas. Who's the guy, every week I forget this guy's name. Who is the guy in New Orleans? Peyton Hills?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
The guy who they're giving like $11 million to for nothing? He's better than him.
Yeah.
Like, all the scouting reports are like, he's better than him.
All
Like,
right.
he's going to be some...
Okay.
I said this once before, and I think he accused me of like being too close to Chip getting the COVID from him, but I'm excited for the Stidham era.
All right, well, we get it highlighted. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Arizona at the Jets.
I'm too low on this right away. I'm telling you right now.
You are?
I just feel like it.
Well, what do you got?
Arizona -3.5.
I got a -2.5.
Well, I'm going to win this only because I'm closer by whatever. Vegas has them at Arizona -6 on the road in New York.
Holy cow.
I think that is quite a lot on the road. I mean, I still don't know what to think of Cliff Kingsbury as a coach. I really don't. I mean, the air raid zona offense, it's okay. It's not lights out. It's not must-see TV.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like, sorry to age ourselves, but go back. Oh, I'm not. But go back to 1999 when the greatest show on turf when you had to watch that. The air raid zona offense is not like...
No.
It's, yeah.
Overhyped.
6 is a lot on the road in New York. I mean, it's still...
Because that coach is not proven.
Okay.
He didn't win in the NFL. Or, in the NCAA.
No, he didn't. He got fired, actually.
Yeah, so... Come on.
Philadelphia at Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Again, another line that I think is too small. Now, is there going to be a line because Pittsburgh didn't play? Nope, there is a line. Carson Wentz won. I mean, San Francisco is beat up. Like you said, they made the wrong call with Monday Night Mullins. What CJ did last night, and George Kittle, 115 yards on how many catches? He was incredible. Let's see.
I thought he had 185 yards.
Sorry, on 15 catches. That's where the 15 comes from. Yeah, he 15 receptions, 183 yards.
Okay,
yeah, that's pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah, one ball in the end zone. Did you see the end of that game?
Yeah.
CJ he could have driven a truck through there.
Yeah, I know.
Why he threw that is beyond me. That ball.
I know, but that's not getting him in there having reps. He should have been playing.
That was.
But I was still. I mean, Kittle was pissed he dropped the ball.
Yeah. All right, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz is throwing to 4 guys who are working in the engineering department here at this building that we don't know their names either. So poor Carson Wentz winning despite Philadelphia in a division that is just beat up as all heck. Goes to Pittsburgh. It's I guess familiar enough because of state. I just have Pittsburgh Steelers -6.
I have the Steelers -10.
I'm going to get this too.
What?
It's Steelers -7. And like I said, I thought I was too low, but close enough to take the W there. All right. Gosh, I'm down on myself. I shouldn't be mean to myself. I'm doing pretty good. But this one I'm not a fan of either. The Rams at the Washington football team. Now, if I take my own words and I apply them 5-6 weeks later that I have the Rams winning the division and the Washington football team's terrible, I should have the Rams as very highly favored in this game, but I only have them at -5.5. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I assume that they would, on a neutral field, they would be 8.5. I don't know if it's going to be time that the Washington football team decides that it's Alex Smith era. I have no idea.
No.
Just to try to keep him in there. I mean, Dwayne Haskins doesn't know how to check down from one receiver. He's worse. This is going to be my second reference to my son playing Madden on Xbox, where he just locks in on one receiver and he's always going to throw to receiver button X. That's what Dwayne Haskins looks like. He does not check down. Like I said,
so he's always throwing to Scary Terry.
Yeah. I've got the Rams at -5.5, and that's not enough.
I got the Rams -6.5.
It's -9.
Holy cow!
On the road, this is a big one. West Coast coming to East Coast. That's something to keep your eye on.
I'll take that though.
Yeah, you can take that.
You like that?
Yeah.
You like that?
There you go. All right, the Cincinnati Burros.
Ooh.
In the AFC North battle are going to the Baltimore Ravens.
The eye of the Raven, if you will.
The eye of the Raven. Baltimore. The city that the HBO show The Wire is based around.
Great show.
Never made it past episode 2.
What's wrong with you?
I just thought it was boring and slow.
That was awesome.
I would like to get through. I never watched The Sopranos either.
I remember we binged that with taking DVDs from the library.
At The Sopranos?
The Wire. All right, Bird.
The Cincinnati Burros on the road against Baltimore. My guy Joe will receive the ball with getting 12 points. I've got the Ravens -12.
I got the Ravens -10.5.
Well, I'm going to get this. Elite Sportsbook has them at the Ravens at -13.5. So I get that one.
What was it?
13.5.
Oh, man.
All signs pointing to Jaybird. And finally, Jacksonville versus Houston. AFC South battle. I could care less about this game unless you told me it's guaranteed Bill O'Brien's getting fired if he loses this game. That's what I need. This is what I need on my Sunday of a game like this. I need an owner to come out, something like this. If Jerry Jones did it, I would be glued to every snap if they said, this is a must-win game for this organization and this coach, because if he doesn't win, he's fired. That's what would make me watch this game. I've got Houston -2.
I got Houston -6.5.
Well, give yourself a star. Houston giving up 6.5 to any team, and I mean any team. The Bettendorf sophomore football team is too many points.
All right.
Ben's flag football team, too many points.
Okay.
That coach couldn't motivate me to pick up a $100 bill off the street.
Well, you're awful mean.
I just don't like him. I don't think he's a good coach, and I don't know how anyone could convince me otherwise.
Okay.
I mean, this is still, let's just go back to from the jump. Tommy Macho Man Savage started over Deshaun Watson for 4 weeks. I don't know where Tom Savage is right now.
I don't either. Yeah.
So you can sit there and say, oh, yeah, Pace, you know what? He passed over. He traded up to get Trubisky. The GM and the coach of the Houston Texans started Tommy Macho Man Savage over Deshaun Watson for 4 weeks. I'm done. All right, so you got that one. We're going to go to a break because now we're going to the afternoon games. For some reason, the New England-Denver one is an afternoon game, but it's early up on our sheet. We got the afternoon games. We got the night game. And when we're done with this...
Why don't you read this ad then? Don't you have one?
Yeah, let me pull up one in just a second. When we're done with this, let's find out...
I'm going to try to find that other line for us.
Okay, but what I'm talking about is I would like to see what game that we can look at to move to the doubleheader Monday night. What team do we want to come down with the COVID next?
Well, let's look at that when we're off
That's
the
what
air.
I'm saying. When we're done with the entire thing, all the way through Monday night, we're going to look at the entire schedule again and say, which one do we want to have to come in to get it? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're clucking, big chicken.
Yeah, let's do that. So, all right, when we come back, we'll look at the rest of the games. Guess the line. I'm up by not a lot. I got 4, you've got 3, and we have 1 tie going into that, right? All right, do want to remind you guys, Just Doors QC is a proud sponsor. Don't hassle us, we're local. And just like the Quad City's only local sports talk radio show, Just Doors QC is locally owned. Just Doors QC specializes in all types of work, including interior and exterior work like doors, trims, baseboards, crown molding, and so much more. Whether you need to replace a front door or just a closet door, Just Doors is the right call. Get a hold of Paul at 309-657-8541 to get started to help you change your home into your dream home. Paul brings an air of professionalism to every opportunity he's offered, big and small, and he treats your home as if it were his own. Go to their Facebook page, Just Doors QC, and see the numerous reviews, and also look at their photos and all of their incredible before and after photos. While you're there, don't forget to like and follow their page. That's Just Doors QC. Call Paul at 309-657-8541.
This is UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us. We're local.
This is Bobby Metcalf from the Quad City Times, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Meet Carla.
Hi there.
Carla's 4 daughters keep her pretty busy.
Oops.
Casey's new curbside pickup makes life easier for Carla.
Pizza!
And saves her an extra trip to the grocery store. Now, you can add grocery items like bread, drinks, and snacks to your online pizza order, and we'll bring them right to your car with curbside pickup. And for a limited time, get 2 large single-topping pizzas for just $8.99 each. Casey's, here for convenience, here for new curbside pickup, here for good. Available at select locations only.
The Max Kellerman Show.
Kendrick Perkins.
Max, you argued me down on First Take about how good of a player Chris Middleton was.
No, I didn't.
And I told you, yes, you did. And I told you that he wasn't that type of guy, right?
Just making stuff up now?
Play. Oh, I'm making stuff up.
I argued for Chris Middleton. No, I said Chris Middleton should be at best the 3rd best player on a championship team. You need another dude who can go get his own shot and do it on a higher level than Middleton if you want to pair him with Giannis to win a championship. I never said anything different than that. I wasn't thinking the Bucks were going to win a title this year.
So did you have a bus coming out of the East?
Yep. I sure did. Shut up, Perk. Why are you bringing up old stuff?
The Max Kellerman Show. Weekdays at 2 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
From lines of credit in Chicagoland to equipment finance loans in the Quad Cities, to better cash flow in Milwaukee. First Midwest Bank is committed to using our local knowledge and ideas to help our clients get their business momentum back. Visit wehaveideas.firstmidwest.com. You have plans, we have ideas. First Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Janae and Golick Jr.
Janae, through all of, Russell Wilson, we know he's a lot, from Mr. Unlimited to the weird video announcing his contract staying in Seattle, the bubble water, his bad dance moves behind Sierra's music videos. Through all of it, he's still winning. I would trust him and Tyler Lockett with my PIN number, with any amount of money that I needed in my life. These guys are the surest bet in pro sports right now, and it's nice. We always like to say give people flowers while they can still smell them. Russell Wilson has been this quarterback. This is not a new version of him as far as I'm concerned, but it's a new version of this team putting its offense in his hands. He's getting all of the conversation around him and his ability that he's richly deserved for a while. And so in the interest of giving people their flowers, I'm really happy to see this on a fundamental level for a guy who's been playing this kind of ball and been meaning this kind to his team.
Janae and Gola Jr., 3 to 6 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
They really appreciate what she's done as a sister as well as a soldier and, supporting their country.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join.
Family members that are soldiers in the Army National Guard inspire and influence, setting a path for others.
It's validating knowing that, I kind of did my part to make sure this is what they actually wanted and that they feel the same way I do. I'm really proud that we get to help shape the future, and I know that my sisters are going to be amazing soldiers.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share in.
A lot of pride, and they're just out there doing something every day and then serving their country as well.
I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Iowa Army National Guard, aired by the Iowa Broadcasters Association and this station.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service also allows me to be there for my community in ways others can't. I help my hometown recover after nature strikes. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country and those I care about safe from threats. I also work with a network of professionals that help me succeed. Also, the Army National Guard's education benefits make getting a higher education a reality. Being an Army National Guard soldier makes living and serving in my community more rewarding every day. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Iowa Army National Guard, aired by the Iowa Broadcasters Association and this station.
I'm running with Axel the giant woolly Alaskan Malamute on our way to the Midwest Animal Assisted Therapy and Education Organization Community Outreach Center at North Park Mall. You have people waiting there for you that are having difficulty with the way life has changed as a result of COVID-19 and the storms that have hit the Quad Cities. You're going to introduce some new animal friends that are going to help at the Community Outreach Center at North Park Mall. Let me open the door for you. Hello, everyone. Axel's very happy to see all of you and is looking forward to helping everyone relax, reset, and recover. And now he'd like to introduce our newest animal friends to help everyone today. Introduce yourself. Amazing. These are your friends, the Tigers in a Tank, and they're here to help everyone relax, reset, and recover from the effects of COVID-19 and any of the other emotions that are interfering with daily life. I'll tell him. Axel and his animal friends are looking forward to seeing each and every one of you this weekend at the Community Outreach Center at North Park Mall. Go to COVID19ESA.org and follow them on Facebook. Tell them the Tigers sent you.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB Davenport.
Welcome back to Don't Hassle So Local on ESPN 1170 AM. Thank you for tuning in, listening to us on your radio or on your smartphone or your tablet or your computer. You can download the app ESPN 1170 AM, listen to us on the go. You can listen to us on your computer, ESPN1170am.com. Click the upper right-hand corner, listen now. And don't forget, you can listen, watch, and leave comments on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, on our Facebook Live, also YouTube channel. Over the weekend, there were some upsets that shook up the AP poll. Clemson is number 1. Alabama stays at number 2. Georgia at number 3. Florida at 4. Notre Dame at 5. Ohio State is at 6 despite playing a game.
Not playing a game.
Not playing a game, sorry. Texas lost to TCU over the weekend. Like I said earlier in the show, this is Tom Herman's 6th loss to an unranked opponent. That's the most in the FBS since 2017. Congratulations to Iowa State. They got their first home win over the weekend against the Sooners in 60 years at home. And this is the first time since 1999 that the Oklahoma Sooners have lost consecutive regular season games. And this is the first loss to an unranked opponent since September of 2016. UCF lost to Tulsa. That snaps UCF's 21 home game winning streak, dating back to 2016 when they lost to Tulsa. The Razorbacks made their first SEC victory since 2017 against Mississippi State. That was that just came off beating LSU. Some other things to catch up quickly. Swiss skydiver won the Preakness. Beat Authentic by a neck. WNBA finals are going on, and I'm good there. The Baseball Writers Association, the Baseball Writers Association of America, voted to remove Kennesaw Mountain Landis' name from the MVP trophy, making this the first year since his death in 1944 that it won't bear his name. Landis, who became MLB's first commissioner in 1920, left a legacy that included documented racism. It does take a look of some things to be like, well, you know, there are former MVPs and players right now. What took so long? This is in the middle of playoffs. It didn't need to be done right now. It's something that you wait until winter meetings. Yes, there's documented racism, but that makes another black eye on baseball to be like, what took so long? Why now? Why are you opening your eyes now? You're not, T-Roy, look at me. They're not woke. The NFL is not woke and be like, oh, now all of a sudden Black Lives Matter. They've been denying this stuff. The NBA the same way. They've been denying all this stuff. This is the little things. And the Baseball Writers Association of America, I mean, we've talked about this over and over. They can stick it. Today in history, October 5th, 2001, Barry Bonds hit home runs number 71 and 72 in consecutive at-bats off of Dodgers relief pitcher Chohan Park, breaking Mark McGwire's 3-year-old record for most in a single season. He hit number 73 2 days later, which remains the record. No one has hit more than 59 since. Giancarlo Stanton hit 59 in 2017. This was Bonds' only season with 50-plus home runs, but his 8th 40-homer campaigns. And over the weekend, legendary Cardinals pitcher Bob Gibson passed away with his year-long battle with cancer. And that's where some of the things we're at.
What a legend, man.
We're going to look at the American League divisional series.
Did you see that stat Gibson had? It was like June of 68 until August of 68, a 12-game start. 12 games in a row. He had 12 complete games, 8 shutouts. And he gave up 0 runs or something like that.
I don't know exactly.
It was insane.
Who this person is or the exact stat, but it was shared today, and it might be his last pitch or the last at bat he threw. It could be a walk-off or he got pulled from the game. Doesn't matter. But the last hit, maybe it's the last hit he gave up, was a home run to somebody. 10 years later, in a Hall of Fame game at Wrigley Field, he plunked that batter. That makes me love him so much. Those are the type of things where I'm like, I love it. Yeah. I love everything about it. And speaking of plunking, when we get to talk about the A's Astros, that's going to be a lot of fun a little bit later. All right.
Yeah,
so,
I wish I would have memorized that stat because I don't know if I nailed it, but it was pretty sick.
Over the break, we looked up the Denver at New England line. That line in different spots was at either from minus 10.5 or 11. T-Roy, you had it at?
Minus 12.
And I had it at minus 8.5, so T-Roy gets that. So we're all knotted up at 4 apiece with 2 ties,
yeah,
right?
We decided it was at minus 11. And then Buffalo, Tennessee, they had Tennessee minus 1.5. We tied on that anyway, but we just wanted to throw it out there so you knew what we found.
So now we go to the Dolphins of Miami. Travel to the University of San Francisco, the University of California at San Francisco.
The University of Iowa at San Francisco.
There you go. CJ, is he going to get the nod? I don't know. He should. On. He looked really good. San Francisco at home against Miami. Nothing too crazy. I gave San Francisco -5.
I give them -7. I just think they're that much better of a team no matter what. Especially my boy Beat Hard.
Yeah.
Starts.
Why don't I have a line for this?
I don't know.
That one doesn't. Do I not know something?
I don't know. They played. Miami played. Should be a line in there, bud.
Yeah.
Are you on the wrong week?
No, I'm on. No, I'm on the right week. I just don't know why
Were you looking up weird stuff?
I don't know. No, I don't know why my friends are.
Your friends at
Yeah,
Elite
don't have that
Sportsbook
lineup.
Maybe they know you
San
lost.
Francisco
and they just want to give it to
49ers.
me.
49ers hosting Miami. Miami play anybody recently? That why is that line not on
Miami
there?
just lost to Seattle this weekend. That helps you.
No, it's frustrating that it's not up. So I know you're trying to be nice, or whatever else, but
I'm very nice.
Yeah. What the heck?
That's what I do, Jay. Just a nice fella.
Frustrated. I don't like it when I have to go out of my
your comfort zone.
No, yeah, go find something that. Hold on, just I got it here. I should.
You do.
San Francisco. There we go. All right, what did I say?
I don't know what you said.
I said -5. You said what?
-7.
Well, we had to go to oddshark.com for this. And they've got it at is this open close? No, I don't even know what's going on anymore. -8.5.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, you got it. It opened up at -11. It moved all the way to -8.5 down. So then we're talking before the season type
Yeah.
thing. All right. So T-Roy takes the lead, and now I'm all flustered, and it's all ridiculous.
It's going to be fine. You know why? It's just another Maddie Monday, Jay. If you haven't been to Pints in a while, go today for happy hour and see our friend Maddie. She'll be pouring the best happy hour prices in town.
It's going to be fun to see that girl again.
I know. Hope she has some good stories.
Indianapolis at Cleveland. I just saw the line. I don't like it.
You don't?
No, this is a dumb. No, it's dumb. This is dumb.
Why is it dumb?
Because it just doesn't make sense to me. That's all. Like I can be argued the other way, and I can be changed, but I just right away I just got an icky feeling about it, and I don't like it. And I don't think the line's right.
What did you guess?
I actually did look at this, and I'm like, well, Cleveland's playing pretty well. They're clicking. Look, Odell Beckham had his first 100-yard receiving game as a Brown, and he was questionable going into that game.
Baker Mayfield had defense in the NFL.
Baker Mayfield looked somewhat okay against the worst defense in the NFL. The problem is Nick Chubb. He's going to miss a significant amount of weeks. That's what I didn't factor into this. I put the Browns at -3.
I took the Colts -3.5.
Well, you're going to get this. It's the Colts -2.5, and it's the Nick Chubb factor. But I don't.
No, it's the fact that the Colts have
the defense,
the number one D, and their O line has now played together in 21 consecutive games.
We might need to look at Indianapolis as a dark horse of winning the AFC in the championship. Like, legitimately. This could be a team that you're just like, what? What you just said about the O-line and their defense.
Yes.
In these unprecedented times.
Listen, there were some draft picks made by the Colts as of late in the last few years, and I'm going to tell you one of them that was huge. And I want to say they got him with the 5th overall pick. It was Quentin Nelson. Offensive lineman out of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Him and McGlinchey at the time were both very highly touted. McGlinchey's not bad. I saw McGlinchey get beat quite a bit last night. Quentin Nelson doesn't get beat. They have a great O-line. They have the best O-line in football right now, hands down.
Yeah.
And they have a new rookie running back.
Yeah,
the receivers are kind of no-name-ish other than T.Y. Hilton, right?
Yes, and for some reason, he feels like he's been around for 26 years. So,
but that's fine. But I'm saying you got a great coach, a veteran quarterback, which you needed.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be this Colts team might surprise some people.
Well, as Erickson would say, they're special.
Well, so are my picks right now, Jay.
Yeah, looks like it.
I'm on a special kind
You're
of run.
on a three.
Yeah, I'm on a 3-game winning streak right now.
New York Giants at Dallas.
Oh boy,
man, this division is just here's the what's it?
Just say it. The NFC least. You know what? NFC least isn't even a bad enough name for this division.
What's the line from Brokeback Mountain? I can't quit you.
Yeah.
Let me go down the list. Jets, I can quit you. Let's go down the list. Texans, I can quit you. Jags, I can quit you. Broncos, I can quit you. Giants, I can quit you. Cowboys, I quit you.
Wow.
That entire division, I quit you. Someone's winning that division at something like at sub 500. That is like a division of like nobody wants it. It's hot potato.
Yeah.
Vikings, I'm still fine with the North. Falcons, I quit you 2 years ago. Panthers, I have no faith in you. I quit you. And nope, that's it. That's my list so far.
You're not quitting anybody else in the NFC East?
No, the entire division.
All right, thank you.
The entire division is
you.
like, hey, someone's got to win it, and nobody wants to.
All right, well, thank you. I appreciate that at least.
Let's take a look at the schedule left. I mean, the Cowboys can go, 7-9? 6-10 and win the
I don't
division?
know what's going to happen. Listen, I can't tell you what's going to. The defense has to get healthy, and all right,
the Eagles can win this division. I'm sorry, Carson Wentz can win this division.
They should win their next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games.
That's the best word in the world right
now.
Should, yeah. That's the best word for the Cowboys right now.
Ifs and buts or candies and nuts.
Yeah.
We should all have a Merry Christmas too, but I don't know what to tell you. I'm done. I'll tell you, I'm not making a bet. I'm not betting with them ever again.
That's sad news, but he can get out of it. Eddie on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment said, Kleinman heard Troy's plea and he just signed an extension through 2026. Nobody wants the Cowboys job.
Eddie, that's not very cool.
No, that's not. Why did Kleinman do that? I mean, job security, I guess, but he's not going to be.
Don't worry.
If he thinks he's not going to be at Kansas State through 2000,
yeah, Eddie,
he won't even make it to 2000.
Jerry Jones has way more money than Kansas State does.
He won't see 2002 and that. I mean, 2022, and that's
funny.
In Manhattan.
That is so funny, though.
All right, I had the Cowboys -7.
Well, we're peeing in the same toilet then. I'll take Dallas -7.5 on this sword fight.
Well, you get it, and I think that locks you up. It's
What is
-9.
Ooh. That's because that Giants team is terrible.
Well, yeah. I
isn't.
quit Danny Dimes, too. So.
You sure that locks me up? You got 1, 2, 3, 4 wins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that locks me up. Ooh, look at that D-Ray. D-Ray coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to, let me win. Let's go for 6 in a row, Jay.
Minnesota at Seattle.
Let me throw a couple stars in
I
there.
wasn't even close enough in this, and I don't like this line. I like my line better, to be honest with you. Minnesota at Seattle. I don't care about the 12th man. I know Seattle can air it out, but Minnesota's not a bad team. Something's not going right, but they got that win when they needed to. And I don't like Seahawks.
What'd you take?
I just don't like Seahawks as large as this is. I have Seahawks -4.5.
I got a -7.
You got it right. You give yourself a star.
I said I wanted to close out with some stars.
I don't think Seattle is a
that is
a touchdown.
5 straight. Let's do it 6 straight and give me one more star. Come on, Jay.
All right. Well, I'm really close. I'm not on it, but I'm a half point off. That's all I'm going to tell you on this next one, the Monday night game. Chargers at the Saints.
All right.
The rookie versus the old man.
Yep.
Going in the Superdome.
This is the rookie's second game against old men.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yep.
Let me guess what you guessed.
Sure.
I'm going to guess that you took.
Why are you guessing what I'm guessing?
I'm going to guess that you guessed.
Our show is not. Is this what we're going to do from here on out? Like we guess. I get to guess what you guess first and then go.
You guessed New Orleans -7.
I did not, but that's really close. What did you guess?
You guessed New Orleans -6.5.
No, stop doing this.
All right.
What did you guess?
I guessed New Orleans -7.5.
Give yourself a star.
Ah!
I got New Orleans -8.
And I closed out with 2 stars in a 6-game streak. Oh my God, I'm very happy today.
Good day, huh?
Can you put this up there right away?
Yeah, well, we'll put it. I need some tape. Need some tape. Put it up there. Yeah,
that's one of the most impressive endings to this in a long time.
It's a good ending. Yeah. It's a good one. That line makes sense to me. I like the 8. I like 7.5 too. That's a matter of getting the public to give up the half a point because they like the Saints and they don't trust a rookie quarterback, back-to-back road games type of thing.
Brady threw that pick 6, and I think that was him and that receiver had a little talk afterwards. But San Diego doesn't look bad. They really don't.
New Orleans defense is still good. Well, they're not as good. They should be better.
I think New Orleans defense is a little bit better than Tampa Bay defense.
Yes. So,
And if they can get Michael Thomas back and healthy, Drew Brees.
It's still, I'm sorry. I still think it's Tampa Bay's division to lose.
I think so too. But we'll see. I still think Seattle's the cream of the crop. Followed closely by Green Bay.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll watch that Green Bay game tonight. But Seattle looked really good again. DK Metcalf, man. Telling you right now.
Will we watch it tonight? I don't know.
I don't know.
I tell you what. Monday Night Football, because it's just one of those things. We have league softball over at Green Valley Moline, and it's fun to get with the coaches afterward and be like, hey, just afterwards. It's not like it's more of a developmental league, so it's not like it's high intensity, like we care that much about.
Are you going to put yours up there?
No, I'm going to put yours up there, and when we go to the break, which is going to be in a minute, okay?
Okay.
But it's like, it's not high.
Because I've been keeping them over here, mine.
Okay, I know you do. I like that. I'll put yours up, and I'll put it on your side. I'll take my sheet and put it over there. That's what I do. All right. But it's not high intensity type things, but, you know, you like to have a cocktail afterwards and watch Monday Night Football. So now I'm starting to get back into Monday Night Football, who's playing, and I was really excited about the doubleheader, and I'll go tonight and watch the Monday Night Football game as well. So, yes, I'll watch it because of that, but that's about it. It's stressful for me, T-Roy, because...
I know.
No. They just flipped for the starting this month. They're moving Big Brother from Sunday nights to Monday nights. So, I mean, my world is... If I'm dragging tomorrow, you know it's because I'm up late.
What's going on with Big Brother? Who got eliminated?
Nah, I don't want to get in it too much.
I do.
There's a triple eviction. It was
what happened? I need to know. Quick synopsis. Who got eliminated?
Kevin left, then David, and then Danny left. Danny's the long blonde-haired girl.
All right, she needed to go anyway because she's a trickster.
Yes, you know it. Yeah, Tyler wasn't falling for that. Yeah,
I can't go for that. No,
he sent her packing.
So let me guess who's all still there. Enzo's still there.
He sure is.
Memphis Grizzlies still there.
He sure is.
Christmas, my favorite girlfriend.
CrossFit Miss is there, yes.
The guy they called the dumbest guy there is still there.
No, David just got left. The
guy that was they called him the dingy guy or something. That's Ryan or something. Or Tyler.
Oh, Cody.
Cody's still there.
Cody's still there, yeah.
Tyler's the hippie, right?
Yeah. You got everybody but one, I think, yeah.
And then David got released.
Yeah.
And then Kevin got released. And then there's another blonde-haired girl
That's
there.
right. Her name's Nicole.
Okay, there you go. Look at that.
There you go. So, and I don't know much about it since Thursday. I don't know who won HOH.
You know who's going to win it all?
Who?
Christmas.
I certainly hope not. That'll be a letdown of the season.
Wouldn't be for me.
Well,
she's going to win, and then she's going to bring Playboy back single-handedly.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just saying.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I'm just hoping.
You're hoping?
She's hot.
All right. All right. We have a few days left.
And if you marry her, Jay, guess what? Every day would be Christmas.
That's true. Few days left, and the weather is actually supposed to peak up a little bit now. I know it was like frost this morning, our first frost of the fall, but weather is peaking up a little bit.
Did your wife cover the plants? No? Tiff was out there with a blanket on the mums, taking care of that. Mookie was out there covering the mums, make sure they didn't die.
Come on.
What do you mean, come on?
You can't get a green thumb when you're constantly scrolling on your phone. It just doesn't happen.
Oh! Shot in the dark right there.
All right. Anyway, the weather is nice, and we have a few days left to get out to our friends at Hidden Hills Golf Course at 4335 Indiana Avenue in Bettendorf, just north of the TBK Plex in Bettendorf. You can go ahead and give them a call at 563-332-5616 or go to hiddenhills-golf.com. You guys know all about them. They've got 22 holes. That's right, 4 bonus holes. The rates out there, I'm sure they have fall rates for you to check out. You can go call out there at 563-332-5616. Ask for Big Mike, and don't forget, every Sunday they have Chili open. Ask for more details. Go through there. We'll actually talk to Mike probably again on Wednesday, do a DFS. We missed him last week because, the whole baseball thing. We missed you guys as well. But when we come back, we're going to do a preview before we end up show our preview of the American League Divisional Series, which first pitch today starts at 3:07. But we'll be right back at ESPN 1170. Don't hassle us. We're local.
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah. Woo!
This is WQAD's Matt Randazzo, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
From lines of credit in Chicagoland to equipment finance loans in the Quad Cities to better cash flow in Milwaukee, First Midwest Bank is committed to using our local knowledge and ideas to help our clients get their business momentum back. Visit wehaveideas.firstmidwest.com. You have plans, we have ideas. First Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Janae and Golick Jr.
Janae, through all of, Russell Wilson, we know he's a lot, from Mr. Unlimited to the weird video announcing his contract staying in Seattle, the bubble water, his bad dance moves behind Sierra's music videos. Through all of it, he's still winning. I would trust him and Tyler Lockett with my PIN number, with any amount of money that I needed in my life. These guys are the surest bet in pro sports right now, and it's nice. We always like to say give people flowers while they can still smell them. Russell Wilson has been this quarterback. This is not a new version of him as far as I'm concerned, but it's a new version of this team putting its offense in his hands. He's getting all of the conversation around him and his ability that he's richly deserved for a while. And so in the interest of giving people their flowers, I'm really happy to see this on a fundamental level for a guy who's been playing this kind of ball and been meaning this kind to his team.
Janae and Golick Jr., 3 to 6 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Limitless Male Medical is now open in Duck Creek Plaza in Bettendorf. Our physicians, PAs, and RNs have helped thousands of men get their life back. Do you suffer lack of motivation, loss of muscle mass, increased body fat, low libido, depression, and just have nothing left in the tank? Get checked for low testosterone. Feel at ease to discuss your low testosterone or ED with the men's health experts. Schedule online at limitlessmale.com. Insurance accepted.
This is Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
There's absolutely nothing, for example, the New York Jets can do this season that is going to change the fact that they're going to be a terrible football team. So does firing the coach help? Well, they're trying to develop a young quarterback in Sam Darnold. And all of you across the country who may not see a lot of him saw why Jet fans like me remain hopeful about him. Because he obviously has so much physical ability, but he still makes terrible mistakes, and so much of that can be laid at the feet of the brilliant offensive mind whose job it is to develop him. And so I guess my feeling is, if the head coach is doing such a bad job that the team can't beat anybody, that they commit 11 penalties in a game, including multiple dirty late hits, including one on the very last play of the game that had the opposing coach telling his players run off the field before we have a brawl out here. And oh, by the way, the quarterback is regressing.
Greeny, weekdays at 11 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand...
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't.
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike 3.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot.
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
It's the last gasp of the car show season. It's the Iron Invasion, October 9th and 10th at the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds in Davenport. Live bands on stage, plus dirt drag racing, motorcycles, swap meet, camping, and even a classic pinup contest. This is an open-air event, held rain or shine. Proceeds go to Helping Hannah's Heart Foundation and benefits kids with congenital heart defects. More details at ironinvasion.com. October 9th and 10th. Be there. Sign up to be an ESPN Insider. This is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, everybody, we're back. Thanks for listening to Don't Hassle Us Local on AM 1170. Everybody out there, appreciate your time today, and we can be winding the show up.
Yeah, we're glad to be back. You know, like I said, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, weird type of thing. We're happy to bring the Cubs, but we just, in that situation, we didn't know a schedule in advance. I mean, we kind of warned you on Monday and Tuesday that we didn't have it, but we're back, and we're running full bore. We've got Bombers out today. Wednesday, we're going to have Cal back. We've got guests coming. AC Earl scheduled to be in with us on Thursday. And
isn't Mr. Special himself coming in on Wednesday?
We're going to try to, yeah. Erickson, yeah, we're going to try to get him as well.
Go.
So we're going to see who, more people we can get in.
He'll be awful pumped up if his Packers are 4-0.
He sure is. Before we break down the American League Divisional Series, I do have to apologize on air that I took a low blow, low-hanging fruit. It really wasn't the case. I went for a joke that wasn't there, and I feel bad.
So your wife did cover the mums.
Yes, she covered the moms, and when T-Ray said green thumb, and I said she doesn't, I have one. I shouldn't have said that, and I said it as a joke for laughs.
Wives do care about mums.
And she was listening. So first things first, I want to say appreciate to Tiffany for listening. So I do appreciate all the listeners out there.
I appreciate her for covering the mums.
Yeah, it's for listening or watching a Facebook Live. So I feel bad that I went for the cheap joke, the cheap laugh at her expense. And I feel bad. So I shouldn't have done it. But
You're
sometimes
still in trouble, bud.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like the TikTok I made. That's not true. You know what I'm saying?
Sure it isn't.
Well, my daughter doesn't swear.
Oh,
yeah.
What do you think?
I had to talk her into making a TikTok to do that. Anyway, my apologies. All right, the divisional series coming up. American League starts today.
All right, what are your predictions?
The Astros are playing the A's. First pitch is at 3:07. And then the Yankees are in the Rays tonight. First pitch is at 7:07. Now, these are no longer like home games, home series, home and away.
These
travel.
are best of 5, correct?
Best of 5, and they are in bubbles. The Astros and the A's will be played at Dodger Stadium. The Yankees and the Rays will be played at San Diego's Petco Park. In the American League, the Astros and the A's. Oakland won the AL West for the first time since 2013. They broke Houston's streak of 3 straight divisional crowns. A's won the season series 7-3. But remember, in August, they had a bench clearing brawl. And Mike Fiers pitches for the Oakland A's.
Mm-hmm.
The man, the whistleblower, if you will. The whistleblower of the garbage bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, did it. So, Verlander will not be pitching for the Astros, but they do have a better rotation. But Oakland has a very good bullpen. So that's going to make look good. Altuve and Bregman, they hit pretty well against the Twins. Oakland is probably going to give Oakland a run for their money. I still like the A's, and I'm only going to, even though the Astros have 2 times the payroll that the Athletics have, I'm not going to do it for the Astros. I'm not going to pick them. I don't care. I'm not going to pick them if they're in the World Series up 3-0, period.
Okay, I'm with you. You know I'm taking Oakland.
Good. Yankees versus the Rays. They have not. This is their first AL East title since 2010. They won the series 8-2.
Who did?
The Rays did. Sorry. Obviously, the Yankees have a good 1-2 punch in Cole and Tanaka. Yankees set a record of 22 runs and 7 home runs through their first 2 postseason games last week. So just like you said before the show, T-Roy, before we were on the air, the Yankees' bats are healthy.
And they're awake.
The Tampa Bay Rays have a payroll of $28.3 million. That's 28th in the league. The Yankees have a payroll of $109.4 million. That is number 1 in the league. I hate the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Hate's a strong word. I don't really care for the Yankees. Then again, I don't know a lot about the Rays. But I'm taking the Rays.
No way. I'll take the Yankees.
I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. You want to look at you want to talk about, well, actually, we got 2 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, let's do the National League real quick.
You want to do the National League? I think that's pretty much chalk.
So you're taking LA and Atlanta?
Yeah, I am. And the good thing about this, though, is because of the Central that went 0-7 in the playoffs, every team is playing a divisional team, the one that they've seen all year long, which is, you went from a lot of teams that didn't see each other to now it's that way. Atlanta's a better team out of the Marlins. The Dodgers are far superior. They have the number 2 payroll in the Major League. But the Padres, again, everybody's second favorite team, have been for 60 games.
Yeah, I'm taking the Padres just for, I love the new uniform, period. I know I picked the Dodgers at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, everything is old is new again with the Padres, right?
Yep. So I'll just take the Padres to be the contrarian there. I would not be surprised if LA wins it. That's fine, but I just like the grit that the Padres have right now. And Atlanta. I will take Atlanta as well.
Yeah, I'm just picking the Dodgers just because they're the better team, but if they lose it, I'd be more than happy. And I blame it all on Dave Roberts. So,
well, actually, no, the Central did not get swept. St. Louis won 1 game.
Yeah, they won 1 game, yeah.
That
And they were
it.
leading in game 2.
But then I'm saying that's it.
That's it, yeah. Other than that, yeah.
The rest of them got swept.
Yes. No. White Sox won a game 2 against Oakland.
No, I'm talking.
But I'm saying, in Central, but the American League Central. Anyway, all right.
The Central Division.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you guys for listening. You guys have a hassle-free Monday, October 5th. We will see you guys tomorrow. Probably get somebody in the studio. I got to look at the schedule for Cake and Shake. But enjoy yourselves, Quad City. Stay safe and sanitized. We'll see you soon.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad City Sports